encourages everyone from around the world to learn more about how our planet works and how its systems interact. In honor of Earth Science Week, this episode of NASA Connect will introduce you to Earth System Science. You will learn what a system is and how to apply that concept to learn more about how the Earth works. You'll observe researchers and scientists using math, science, and technology to comprehend the workings of our planet. In your classroom, you'll do a cool activity to help you understand systems. And using the instructional technology activities, you will explore earthquakes, Antarctica, and more. So stay tuned as NASA Connect takes you on a tour of our virtual Earth. Jennifer Pulley, and welcome to NASA Connect, the show that connects you to math, science, technology, and NASA. We're here in sunny Virginia Beach, which is located in Virginia's Tidewater region. Now, in case you're not familiar with where Virginia Beach or Virginia's Tidewater region is located, let's take a look at a bird's eye view of our location. Virginia Beach is in the Tidewater region, located in southeastern Virginia. Virginia is part of the United States, which we all know is part of North America. The continent of North America is one of the 7 continents on the planet Earth. Doesn't it appear that we are all interconnected in some way? On a global scale, have you ever wondered how the Earth really works? Now out here, we can see the ocean, the beach, and the sky, not to mention all the people, animals, and marine life. They all play important roles in determining how our planet works. We can say that the Earth is whole, meaning that everything on the planet, inside and out, is interconnected. Say, do you know the branch of science that deals with studying how the Earth works? Well, if you said Earth science, you're getting warm. Scientists have established a new field of science called Earth System Science. The Earth is a system of individual parts that work together as a complex whole. Now, in order to understand this concept, we need to know what a system is, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, throughout the program, you will be asked several inquiry-based questions. After the questions appear on the screen, your teacher will pause the program to allow you time to answer and discuss the questions. This is your time to explore and become critical thinkers. Students, take a few minutes to answer and discuss the following questions. What is a system? What are some examples of a system? Choose one system and draw a picture with its parts labeled. It's now time to pause the program. So what is a system? We use the word system when we want to describe something that is made up of different kinds of parts. These parts join together to form an interconnected whole. Was your definition similar to this one? Learning to think systematically is very useful because all sorts of systems surround us. In fact, each of us is our own complex system. For example, each of us is made up of more than 200 kinds of cells. These skin, bone, blood, gland, nerve, and muscle cells all join together to form an incredible system, an individual human person. Looking at ourselves as a system reveals 2 important features of systems. 1. Each part of a system can itself be described as a smaller system or subsystem. 2. A system can be very different from its parts. Let's look at the first feature. Each part of a system can also be described as a subsystem. One of the parts of a human system is the circulatory system. This system moves blood throughout your body. However, the circulatory system itself is a system with many parts. The parts of the circulatory system include the heart, veins, arteries, and blood cells. The heart is also a system made of parts. These include muscle cells, nerve cells, and valves. You can go even further and concentrate on the heart muscle cell. The heart muscle cell is made of a cell membrane, cell nucleus, and many different proteins. Whew! You could go crazy breaking down all those systems. And you know, in case you didn't realize, we are not the biggest system around. The human system is actually part of the system of life, which is part of the planet Earth. And the planet Earth is part of the solar system. Are you with me so far? So you see, each part of a system can itself be described as a system. The second system feature states that a system can be very different from its parts. A school bus is another example of a system. A school bus has hundreds of parts, such as the frame, engine, wheels, gas tank, and seats. Individually, none of these parts will get you from your home to school and back. Joined together as an interconnected whole, the bus system can take you back and forth to school. The school bus has properties that are different from the properties of its parts. No part of the school bus has the ability to transport you. Only the bus functioning as a whole system has these properties. So, did you come up with some good examples of systems? Now that you have an understanding of what a system is, how can you apply the concept of systems to learn more about how the Earth works? Recall the two features about systems. Number one, each part of a system can itself be described as a system. And number two, a system can be very different from its parts. Okay guys, I have 3 questions I want you to try and answer before we continue with the program. What do you think are the parts of the Earth system? How do the parts of the Earth system you identified work together to make Earth function as a whole? How is the Earth system itself part of larger systems? Compare your answers to all 3 questions with others in your class or groups. As the teacher pauses the program, keep in mind the 2 features about systems. How did you do with those questions? You know guys, NASA has come to understand that the only way to really comprehend the workings of our planet is to view the Earth as a whole system. To learn more about Earth system science and how NASA studies the Earth, let's go visit with Dr. Melody Ann Avery from NASA Langley Research Center.
Earth system science is an integration of many scientific disciplines, including geology, biology, chemistry, physics, oceanography, meteorology, computer science, and all other sciences that study life and the Earth. NASA scientists use modern technologies to measure key features of our planet, such as concentrations of gases in the atmosphere and the temperature of the ocean in many locations. Satellites orbiting our planet provide enormous amounts of data that scientists use to try to understand how our planet works and the changes that are happening. You know, Earth science, long perceived as a minor field compared to biology and the physical sciences, is now emerging as an important field because of the new ability of humans to change the balance of the Earth system. And students, with Earth system science, you have greater opportunities to learn through inquiry, exploration, and discovery, aided by the expanded use of the internet and visualization technology. I think it is fair to say that our quality of life depends on the quality of our Earth scientists and on the quality of our citizens' knowledge about the Earth systems. This is because understanding the land, air, water, and life of our planet gives us the knowledge to best manage the world around us. For the first time in history, we can dramatically change the way the planet works as a whole. Here are a few questions for you to think about. How can we change the way the planet works as a whole? What technologies have humans developed to make that change possible?
Well, there are so many people living on the planet, and each person needs energy like food, water, heating, and transportation. All of this energy, if used carelessly, can change the Earth's climate, deplete its ozone shield, and dramatically alter the number and kinds of other organisms that share our planet. Students, let's take a look back at one of the questions that Jennifer posed to you earlier in the show. What do you think are the parts of the Earth system? Everything in Earth's system can be placed into one of 4 major subsystems: land, air, water, and life. We call these 4 subsystems spheres. Specifically, they are the lithosphere or land, atmosphere or air, hydrosphere or water, and biosphere or life. Let's learn a little bit about each sphere. Suppose you were to slice the Earth in half and view its different layers. What would it look like? The lithosphere, sometimes called the geosphere, contains the hard solid land of the planet's surface called the crust, the semi-solid layer underneath the crust called the mantle, the liquid layer near the center of the planet called the outer core, and a solid dense center called the inner core. The crust is very uneven. There are high mountain ranges like the Rockies and Andes shown in red, huge plains or flat areas like those in Texas, Iowa, and Brazil shown in green, and deep valleys along the ocean floor shown in blue. The atmosphere contains all the air in Earth's system. It extends from the planet's surface to more than 100 kilometers above the planet's surface. The atmosphere itself is composed of a number of layers. The middle portion of the atmosphere, the stratosphere, protects the organisms of the biosphere from the sun's ultraviolet radiation. When air temperature in the lower part of the atmosphere, the troposphere, changes, weather occurs. As air in the lower atmosphere is heated or cooled, it moves around the planet. The result can be as simple as a breeze or as complex as a tornado or hurricane. The hydrosphere contains all the solid, liquid, and gaseous water of the planet. The hydrosphere extends from Earth's surface downward several kilometers into the lithosphere and upward about 12 kilometers into the atmosphere. Solid or frozen water can be found in the form of glaciers, ice caps, and icebergs. This is also called the cryosphere. Liquid water can be found in the form of oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, and groundwater beneath the Earth's surface. Gaseous water, water vapor, can be found in the atmosphere and also inside your lungs, where it is key to life. The final sphere, the biosphere, contains all the planet's living things. This sphere includes all of the microorganisms, plants, and animals of Earth. Within the biosphere, living things form ecological communities based on physical surroundings of an area. These communities are referred to as biomes. Deserts, grasslands, and tropical rainforests are three of the many biomes that exist within the biosphere. Can you determine what biome you live in? Now it is time for you and your teacher to discuss Jennifer's second question. How do the parts of the Earth system you identified work together to make Earth function as a whole? Also, now that you compared your parts list with NASA's list, how does each sphere work together to make Earth function as a whole? This is a great time to pause the program and discuss these questions with your peers or teacher. Students, remember there is one last question that Jennifer would like for you to discuss with your teacher, and that is, how is the Earth system itself part of larger systems? But before you discuss that question, let's send it back to Jennifer.
Thanks, Dr. Avery. Okay, guys, let's review. So far, we introduced a new approach to understanding how the Earth works, called Earth System Science. Next, we defined what a system is and how the Earth system is composed of spheres. Now it's time for you to become an Earth System Scientist and apply what you've learned about systems. But before we begin the activity, let's review an important mathematical standard called representation. Representation is central to the study of mathematics. Basically, representations help you communicate your thinking. Some examples of representations include drawings, charts, graphs, symbols, and physical objects. By creating, comparing, and using various types of representations, you can develop and deepen your understanding of mathematical concepts and relationships. Earth system scientists are constantly looking for patterns that can help them understand how the Earth works. By analyzing data, they can construct relationships among numbers and the scientific principles they are investigating. Often, scientists will present the relationships through some form of visual or graphical representation. Now that you understand the importance of representation, the students at Great Neck Middle School, right here in Virginia Beach, will show you this program's activity. It involves system diagrams.
NASA Connect asked us to show you this program's activity. It's an introduction to systems.
You can find the activity in the Educator Guide, which can be downloaded at the NASA Connect website.
Here are the main objectives.
Students will be able to 1. Model a familiar Earth system by using standard system symbols. Number 2. Evaluate the global water cycle by comparing it to a working model. In the activity, you will be asked to create a system diagram or flowchart of one of the Earth subsystems you identified earlier in the program. Here is an example of how to create a system diagram.
Class, let's model how to represent soil being warmed by the sun. Follow along with me using your journal. Students that have personal digital assistants or PDAs should use PicoMap to draw their system diagram. The sun is considered the source. Soil is the destination. Heat energy flows from the sun to the soil. Class, what factors might affect how much heat energy is absorbed by the soil? Kyle?
Seasons.
Great answer. Anyone else? Abby?
Clouds and time of day.
Good answer, Abby. Seasons, clouds, and time of day all affect how much heat energy is absorbed by the soil. Other conditions include land cover and atmospheric conditions. Using circles to represent conditions or factors that might affect the system, let's add the 3 factors. Seasons, time of day, and clouds.
After your teacher completes the model example, you will gain more experience with system diagrams by completing a system diagram or flowchart for one of your systems you listed while watching this program. Students, you are strongly encouraged to develop your own symbols or representations. Be prepared to write a short paragraph summarizing your system. Now you are ready to take on the challenge of developing a system diagram for one of Earth's subsystems. You will work in groups to read the technical passage, The Global Water Cycle, which is located in the Educator Guide. To help you visualize the water cycle, you can download a great picture at the United States Geological Society website. Or you can access a wonderful animation of the water cycle at the following website. Using your own symbols, create a systems diagram for the global water cycle as described in the reading passage. Students, don't forget to label your sources and destinations and label the direction of the flow. Have 1 or 2 groups share their diagrams and explanations to your class. Finally, students, you can evaluate other groups' system diagrams using the activity-specific scoring tool that can be found in the Educator Guide.
Special thanks to the AIAA, student branch from George Washington University, for helping us out on this activity.
Thanks, we had a great experience. And we encourage teachers to visit our website to learn more about the AIAA mentorship program in your area.
Thanks, you guys. And by the way, I still haven't forgotten about that 3rd question I asked you earlier in the program. How is the Earth system part of larger systems? I'll get your answers a little later in the program. But first, did you know NASA has 3 important mission statements? They are to understand and protect our home planet, to explore the universe and search for life, and to inspire the next generation of explorers, as only NASA can. So, how do these NASA mission statements apply to the study of the Earth and beyond? Well, Dr. J. Marshall Shepard from NASA's Office of Earth Science has the scoop.
Thanks, Jennifer. The Earth Science Application Program focuses on applications of national priority to expand and accelerate the use of knowledge, science, and technologies resulting from the Earth Science Enterprise mission of improving predictions in weather, climate, and natural hazards. NASA has identified 12 applications of national priority to benefit society. They are energy forecasting, agricultural efficiency, carbon management, aviation safety, homeland security, community growth management, disaster preparedness, public health, coastal management, biological invasive species, water management and conservation, and air quality management. Essentially, NASA operates many scientific missions through partnerships with public, private, and academic institutions to study the Earth and its subsystems. Earth system scientists analyze the data to learn how the different subsystems work together to function as a complete whole. Then, federal agencies such as the Department of Energy, Federal Aviation Administration, U.S. Department of Agriculture, U.S. Geological Survey Society, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and other agencies use our data to develop application tools to help improve the quality of life here on Earth. It's important that we all work together to make sure our planet is livable for many generations to come. Here's a question to think about. Choose 4 of the 12 applications and try to determine what Earth subsystem, lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, or atmosphere, or subsystems it's associated with. Then discuss your answers amongst your peers and teacher. As the teacher pauses the program, keep in mind how Jennifer defined what a system is earlier in the program. Are you starting to understand about the concept of systems? Good! Jennifer mentioned NASA's mission statement. The first part is to protect and understand our home planet. Data collected by NASA satellites contribute greatly to our understanding and ability to forecast weather, climate patterns, and natural hazards. The second part of NASA's mission statement is to explore the universe and search for life. Applications developed from Earth system science data could potentially be used to study the other planets in the solar system. Speaking of our solar system, I believe that Jennifer hasn't answered the question regarding how our Earth is a part of larger systems. The third part of NASA's mission statement definitely applies to you, to inspire the next generation of explorers. Understanding how the Earth works and environmental awareness are topics that challenge and excite the youth of today. We need future scientists and engineers like you to continue to bring real scientific breakthroughs in studying our planet. By the way, do you know what careers are related to the study of Earth system science? Well, I created a list of a variety of applications related to careers. Let's take a look at them. Forestry, migration of populations, water management, agriculture, such as crop forecasting and fish catch, health issues, such as famine or outbreaks of asthma and other diseases, technological instrumentation applications based on satellite and other types of remote sensing, and weather forecasting and weather-related events. Can you match some of the careers you thought of with my applications list? I bet you didn't realize that there are a lot of careers associated with studying the Earth, and mathematics is a fundamental skill in all. The last part of the mission statement says, as only NASA can. NASA contributes scientific research and technology which our partners use to develop innovative approaches for Earth science applications worldwide. It's important to understand how the Earth functions as a whole and to meet the needs to help manage forest fires, coastal environments, agriculture, impacts of infectious diseases, aviation safety, and hurricane forecasting. So the next time you watch the news and hear about hurricanes, floods, wildfires, earthquakes, or a volcano erupting, take a moment and think about how it might be impacting your local area. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Shepard. Hey guys, check out this really cool web activity that should motivate you to learn more about the 12 national applications. Thank you, sir. Going fishing! Hey, let's take a look at 2 really cool web activities developed by Space Stars to learn more about 2 of the Earth's subsystems, the lithosphere and the hydrosphere. The 2 web activities are called Earthquake Hunters and Water World, and both activities can be downloaded from the NASA Connect website. Do you have what it takes to be an earthquake hunter? NASA has a very important satellite system called the Global Earthquake Satellite System, or GESS, that is very concerned with tectonic activity on the Earth's surface. Say, do you know what tectonic means? Well, it pertains to the structure or movement of the Earth's crust. Now, this activity lets you step into the shoes of the scientists studying information from GESS by taking a look at the tectonic activity on Earth. you will use a Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, software tool to allow you to analyze different types of data. Explore and investigate where the majority of earthquakes took place in 2002 and 2003. Were they around large cities, such as Los Angeles, Tokyo, Japan, or Mexico City, Mexico? Do they occur all over the world or in just certain locations? Is there a relationship between earthquakes and plate boundaries? It is your job to determine where the majority of earthquakes occur around the world and how many people they affect. Can you forecast where the next earthquakes will occur? In the second web activity called Water World, students will explore the continent of Antarctica. Approximately 90% of the world's snow and ice can be found in Antarctica. But there is more to this mysterious continent than just that. What if all the frozen snow and ice on Antarctica melted? Imagine what would happen if 30 million cubic kilometers of snow and ice became part of the hydrosphere. Students, you will analyze the map of the world when the oceans are 5 meters, 50 meters, and 73 meters above normal sea level. What area of the world will be affected by a 5-meter increase in sea level? What about a 50-meter increase? Or a total thaw of Antarctica? Will the place where you live still be above sea level? The answers to all these questions are left for you to decide. Okay guys, now we can finally get to that question that hasn't been answered. How is the Earth system part of larger systems? The answer to that question is left up to you. Your challenge is to answer the question based on what you learned from this program. Develop a PowerPoint presentation, write a report, or even design a piece of artwork. Students, check out the Earth System Science song on our website, developed by Magic State of the Arts and heard at the end of this program. It might guide you in finding the answer to your question. Submit your presentation, report, or artwork to the NASA Connect website. There's a good chance that your presentation will be seen by millions of students across the country. We look forward to your submittals. Well guys, that wraps up another episode of NASA Connect. We'd like to thank everyone who helped make this program possible. Got a comment, question, or suggestion? Then email them to connect@larc.nasa.gov. Or pick up a pen and mail them to NASA Connect, NASA's Center for Distance Learning, NASA Langley Research Center, Mail Stop 400, Hampton, Virginia 23681. Teachers, if you would like a videotape of this program and the accompanying educator guide, check out the NASA Connect website. So until next time, stay connected to math, science, technology, and NASA. Bye from Virginia Beach.
Take a look at the earth on which we live. How are we all connected? Within the systematic cycles of life, are we not all affected? How does it work? It's so complex. I tried to fathom a Googleplex. So many systems work as one as we orbit around the sun. Out here on the lithosphere, we walk on.
Captioning funded by the NAC Foundation of America.